Dog tells us why he's hot. It's going to be tough to top last week in the push-up contest.
You did a good job.
But I have confidence in you.
That's it. I got 3 lovely ladies behind me. I'm
you got
doing
your
it
angels. Let's go.
at a 10:15 in the morning when I'm not warmed up yet. This will not be
All right,
easy.
Charlie,
All right, here we go.
excuses.
Thank you very much. Number one, this conference realignment is a little too much for me to stomach as far as college football is concerned. And by the way, I don't need any radio interviews or TV interviews or newspaper columns by Big Ten commissioners or SEC commissioners telling me how upset they are about the Pac-12 demise. You're poaching teams all over America. I can't listen to you being upset. Regardless, this realignment is crazy. How about the Big Ten? Put it on the board for me here. Look at this Big Ten. So let me get this straight. We're going to have Washington and Seattle. They're going to go play a game this year at Maryland or 2 years from now. And then Oregon, what the heck, have a long road trip. They'll play Rutgers, Maryland, and Penn State on the road for 3 straight weeks because it's 6,000 miles apart. So that means Iowa misses maybe a big rivalry game against Nebraska. Why? Because Iowa's got to play every second year down at UCLA against the Bruins in front of 25,000 at the Rose Bowl. That is ridiculous. And the Big 12 is almost worse. At least these are some big schools. The Big 12 board is absurd. Let me get this straight. BYU is going to go play down in Central Florida against UCF, and anybody's going to care in Central Florida? Where's the rivalry games? Arizona in Tucson is going to say go to Cincinnati to play in a 25,000-seat stadium? That is a joke. I understand it's fiefdom. It's survival of the fittest, but I can't take the realignment right now in college football. The natural rivalry. Where's Johnny Lujak when I need him? Don't like this at all.
I have 3 things to say. First of all, I think you'd be a tremendous meteorologist.
I'd be good at it.
You'd get so angry at the weather. You already have the haircut. That's the first thing. Second of all I care about is if UConn goes to a different conference. But yeah, I know it's going to happen.
Big 12.
Yeah, I know. And the third thing, I will say, it does look ridiculous, like when we showed us earlier the Big Ten and the map and the whole deal. And I understand we're losing a lot of these celebrated rivalries, but you're getting superpowers against each other.
Doggy doesn't like superpowers.
So
Doggy is a purist. Doggy wants things the way they are. And you know what? I'm not mad at you. Because when Syracuse was taken out of the Big East, I was done with it all. So I'm with you on all that.
You're an NFL guy, though. This is the NFLization of college football. And wait until you throw Stanford and Cal on this map, and they're going to be playing with teams all down here in the ACC.
Stanford at Wake Forest.
Wow,
who's going to watch that game?
But couldn't you picture yourself getting so angry at the weather, like the storm's coming in, it's going to mess up your golf?
Can you imagine him on election night?
Listen, if you ever lose your channel, that's next for you. Go ahead.
The two-step.
Wait.
Terrible.
And that's my favorite.
Dog.
Why do you play this?
You play the guitar.
No, I don't, and I was awful with it.
We could tell. That was the first time you've ever picked one up, right?
We could tell that was the first time.
Were you lip syncing?
I know the words barely. Having a party with the Eddie Testa band on Friday at Bar A in New Jersey, and that was an embarrassing take. How did you guys find that video?
It's on Twitter.
You know what? I don't want to hear it from you because this is the first time you were actually embarrassed about something we did on the show.
It's the niche for me.
But you call all of us out on that segment of yours why you're mad.
I look like a jerk.
You get to clown us.
63-year-old. I was terrible.
Look at the bag.
Don't shut the damn thing off, will you please?
Why do I think you look like a... Did you have a few cocktails?
No, not at this point. I had them later.
Not at this point? What did you look like after that?
He's sober.
This is sober.
He
Oh, God. I had the family there.
A whole Rockettes routine.
Oh, my God.
And headbanger balls.
Get that?
Awesome.
Don't be worried
Let's
about
Twitter.
it. Hurtsborough or Allen?
No, Molly, you know I'm a big Jalen Hurts fan, having watched him last year kind of take that leap. But to me, the answer is Joe Burrow. Because when you look at Joe Burrow, here's a guy, since he's come into the league, top 5 in all the major passing categories, literally transformed the Bungles into a team that they are a team to watch on Sundays. Back-to-back AFC title games. I have been there. I've been on the field watching Joe Burrow and the Bengals go into Buffalo on Josh Allen's turf and beat them. I have watched this team go into Arrowhead, covering them, and watch them go into Arrowhead and Patrick Mahomes' house and beat them. And for what Joe Burrow has done, like there's a reason he was a #1 overall pick, and there's a reason that he's about to reset the QB market once he signs his deal. I think the ceiling was clear when he was drafted. The talent is undeniable. And I just think from a pure passing perspective, like this kid, He's sick.
Yeah, first off, the list is ridiculous. How could Cousins be ahead of, over Aaron Rodgers?
Cousins, the star on that Netflix special.
Which I don't like, by the way.
Oh, you are the
you
one.
don't like
We
that
found
he's
the one
star,
thing
or you
that
don't like
he
the
doesn't.
Netflix
Oh, I don't like it at all. It's so boring.
Boring?
Oh, it's terrible.
Doggy.
Those
Better
first
than Hard Knocks.
Well, I don't like that either. But I mean, geez, those first 2 episodes put me to sleep.
Really?
Oh, they were terrible.
You're
You
just a
care
bad
about them
guy.
closing a theme park so Mahomes can bring his
Yes.
little daughter around the
He's
carousel?
sad. Yes.
Oh my God! But anyway,
apple orchard.
that thing is ridiculous. Hey, how could Cousins be 6 and Rodgers 7?
You love it.
Voted on by their friends, their
Yeah, but
peers. Short-sighted. I agree with
And
you.
Hurts second? Can I see more than 1 year before I make Hurts the second best quarterback in the NFL?
He's
1
third.
year and I got him second in the
He's
league?
third. He's third.
No, I
Burrow's
don't even think
second.
he's third. I mean, I put him.
Can we
That's
put up
your
let's
six.
put up the graphic one more
No,
time.
this is a ridiculous list. I mean, come on.
there we go.
Hurts should not be second. It's
Okay.
too high. Cousins over Rodgers is ridiculous. I even think Lamar's rated way too low. He
Yes.
should be higher than 10.
What do
I'm
you
not
think
putting
about? Wait,
Goff
hold
9.
on. What do you think about Herbert
I would-
and Cousins over Rodgers? You would have Herbert over Rodgers?
No, I would put Rodgers fourth.
Yeah.
I would put Josh Allen third. I would put Hurts 6.
Do you think Lamar Jackson's being disrespected?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes.
I would put Lamar over Prescott and Goff. I think it's a ridiculous list. These guys think they're
Ridiculous.
doing it.
These football
That's a
players don't know what
ridiculous
they're
list.
talking about.
And I do not like that net. You like that net? Oh,
It's
my
not
God.
Good. That's
That's
the most
all
access
good.
we've ever
God.
seen of these quarterbacks in their day-to-day.
Oh, God, I got
Kirk,
nothing
you know who's
out of
lovable
this.
now? Kirk Cousins.
Reality
How
shows
about
aren't
that?
really my jam.
Oh, I watched the first 2 of them. There was nothing I learned. Do you care about Kirk Cousins and his dopey man cave? Oh, my God. Anyway,
Well,
they're too high. Before they get mad at me.
they're already mad at you.
Yeah,
What's your
before
highest
they're all
ceiling?
ticked over me. Chris, can you lay off?
It's an
Netflix?
hour show,
Before
man.
that,
It's an hour
Allen
show.
is the guy that I think's got the biggest upside. He played great. You know, everybody's down on Josh Allen. 2 years ago, we sat here all off season telling me how wonderful he was against Kansas City, a game they should have won if McDermott didn't screw up with the kick and his defense. Last year, they had a lot of issues. Weather, obviously the poor Hamlin scenario where he almost died on the field.
He lost Dable.
And he lost his coach. So I got to give him a
Weather?
little break.
Come on.
Biggest upside. I love Allen as a quarterback.
Courtney, who you got?
I don't agree with Hurts in that list at number 2. I thought Joe Burrow would have been higher than him, but
Okay.
I think he's got the highest upside because look at what he did last year in a season where he very easily could have won the MVP had he not gotten hurt those last couple of games and had to sit out. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes on the biggest stage in the Super Bowl. He's 25 years old. When he signed that extension, and Jeffrey Lurie said this is only the beginning, everyone can buy into that because the jump you saw from him in year 3, hitting all of these career best in passing numbers and also showing you he can still get it done with his legs, the red zone numbers, the fourth quarter numbers in critical situations, he rose to the challenge. He is the system in Philadelphia. If he can get anywhere, if he can stay where he was last year, Philadelphia is an instant championship contender. They remain in that spot. He's so young. We haven't even seen the very best of him yet, which is a wild proposition when the guy was an MVP candidate last year. And you go back throughout his career, everywhere he's been, from Alabama to Oklahoma, the jump he made in his final college season, the jump he made year 2 to year 3. I'm excited to see what year 4 brings for him and how much better he can get. We just don't know where he even is as far as how high his ceiling is, how close he is to reaching it, because there's still so much more there on the table.
I'm very high on Jalen Hurts. I disagree with you, but Doggy's going to say,
I need to see more than 1 year. I
1
need to see
year.
more than 1 year from
You
Jalen Hurts.
will. The guy's probably winning the MVP this year.
Best shot at a Super Bowl.
Burrow.
oh, shocker.
But Burrow's great.
Shocker.
I'm not
Look at
arguing about
that.
Burrow.
Look
And
at
I put Burrow
that.
over Allen. I go Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, and then Rodgers 4. I mean, that to me is the 4 best quarterbacks
What
in
would
the
you
league.
guys say?
Say Hurts.
So the interesting thing is because of the NFC, you could see Jalen Hurts and the Eagles back in the Super Bowl
Easy.
this year.
Oh, I agree with that.
So that's the only thing. But career-wise, I think Burrow is ahead of Hurts, but because of how the conference is set up, it works out
I agree.
easily.
I mean, Hurts has a good chance to have a big year because that NFC is terrible.
Yeah.
Their schedule's tricky, but that NFC is there's nobody any good. San Francisco and Dallas, everybody else stinks.
You think they're definitely winning the division? Do you give
Yes,
the Cowboys
I do.
a shot?
I think Dallas too.
No.
And remember, in the NFC, that's important because if you're the second team in that NFC East, you can't host a playoff game. And then you're going to have to go play out San Francisco in week 2 like they did last year. And are the Cowboys better than the 49ers in a playoff game on the road? I don't think so.
They never beat the 49ers.
They never do. 2 years in a row.
We'll leave it there.
I
I
mean,
can't wait
continue.
for football season.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Too.
4 weeks. Lions and Chiefs. I'm going to take the Lions, the fat guy in Rapid. Lions.
Do you know that Mad Dog's a huge bettor?
Oh, I love the.
Yeah, I
NFL.
kind of got that impression.
I have fun with it. I have fun with it. I bet a couple of dollars here and there. I have fun with it.
Couple
What's
dollars.
your
Not as much as
definition
you.
of a couple dollars?
Not as much as you.
What's your definition of a
Chris,
couple
who do you like
dollars?
today? Molly, I'm not sure. I'll put this on this. All right, I do
Chris,
that.
let me give you some wisdom.
And overs and unders, too. You like that?
The only thing I bet on is myself.
Oh, you've won there.
Oh, you like that one?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.